What's up everybody? Welcome to the tutorial video for We Praise You by Redman. Let's get into it. Here we go. The most important thing that you need to know as the electric guitar player is that opening lead part, because it's going to come back 3 more times after the instrumental at the beginning of the song. So this is really important. Here we go. The song is in A, and I am not capoed. I'm just playing open, and I'm going to be on my bridge pickup here. I'm going to roll back some of the brightness off because this is a very bright guitar, and I'm using my Line 6 Helix patch on this one that I created for this song specifically. I got the intro, verse, chorus, verse 2, bridge, and I have a boost snapshot so that at the end of the song I think I'm going to cut loose a little bit and just something to just boost the volume a little bit more, drive on the amps, just to push them a little harder. So yeah, let's get into the intro. So we start off on the 14th fret B string, and for me, I'm going to play this lead line all on the B string, except for there's like a little hiccup here. I don't know what you call that, hiccup. But all right, here we go. The first note is ring finger on the 14th fret B string. Okay, and then you're going to hit the 12th fret on the B string and slide back and forth, so it sounds like this. Like that. And then I'm doing like a hammer on and pull off sort of deal down here. So it's 14th and then 12th, slide up to the 14th, back down to the 12th, and then first finger on the 10th fret B string, and then hammer on the 12th fret B string. So it sounds like this. And then I kind of like ramp up a little bit with my picking hand. I kind of use my pick a little bit to kind of build up there, because there's like this little percussive thing at the end where you hit the high E string on the 12th fret with your ring finger, and then you kind of like bounce back and forth between these 2 notes. Like it'll sound like this. Something like that. So it's on the 12th fret, or sorry, on the 10th fret. Like that. So I'm going to play it all at once. So for the second time, slide back up. And he even like kind of jumps that a little bit. So if you want to get there early, you can. Cool. Now that is the intro, and the first verse you're basically pretty much out, except for you're just kind of playing on that the A pedal tone there. So how I'm doing that is I'm doing like an F shape here on the 7th fret, ring finger, D string, middle finger, G string, 6th fret. 5th fret, I'm barring the B string and the E string, and that is your F chord. But in this key, it's not an F, it's actually an A, and then I add the A string in there as a bass note, and then I add the sus there, add my pinky to that to go back and forth on the G string, right there. So kind of play around with that. That's what I would be doing during the verse, both verses. Try not to play too busy in the first verse, just because we want to have a little something for the second verse when we get there. And then the other thing I do is I'll play on the 7th fret D string and add that A string with it, and just do 2 A notes there and just kind of chunk through it. And then towards the end of the verse, there's a big A chord kind of. You kind of hear it like kind of open up a little bit. I play the A chord here. So that's the open A string and the 7th fret D string, the 9th fret G string, and the 10th fret B string, and I'm playing those 4 notes there. Just to kind of open it up there, but I'll play it a little harder, so I'll be like... And I'm using my middle finger to mute that E string. And then towards the end, you'll hear a little guitar part that goes like this. And that is the 11th fret D string with the middle finger and the 10th fret B string with your first finger. And you're just playing those 2 notes. And I'm actually using my fingers. I'm going to cluster pick here. That's what it's called. Then the next chord is the B string 9th fret and the D string 9th fret. And then shift that down 2 frets, same shape. 7th fret B string and 7th fret D string. And then I kind of slide through it, starting on the 9th fret, sliding up. Like that. So recap the verse. And then it's the spot at the end of the verse. Cool. Now let's move on to the chorus. I'm on my chorus snapshot, and I'm going to switch to my bridge. During the verse I was on the neck pickup. I'm going to switch to my bridge, and this is going to be wide open triads. So this is my secondary position. What I like to call it, it's kind of like the mid-range position. It's where your D chord, where you get all your worship chords. So the first chord is that A chord, but it's in a D shape. So that is the 9th fret G string, 10th fret B string, and 9th fret E string. So I think each one of those gets a bar. 2, 3, 4. So now I'm playing the D chord, or actually the A sus. That substitutes for the D chord there. So it's that same shape, only I'm adding my pinky to the 10th fret and I'm lifting up my middle finger. And then this chord is the minor chord. This is the 6th, the F sharp minor, and it's the 11th fret on the G string and the 10th fret B string with my middle finger and the E string on the 9th fret. And then I kind of pick through that depending on how I feel. And then there's this little lead line at the end. So it's the 12th fret E string, hit that twice. 10th fret E string, 9th fret E string, and 12th fret B string. And then you're back into the chorus where you started. Now go back to your intro snapshot. And we're back into the intro. Now we're into verse 2. Sorry, I just embellished there. I'm just having too much fun. Just can't. that same thing for your verse, and then make sure you hit that big power chord on the A. And then you go back to the, and I'm on the neck pickup, and then we go back into the chorus. Okay, so for the bridge, you're out for half of it, and then you start building on the chords, and you can do that however you want. So how I did it was I just played low. I didn't really pick up anything in the recording for anything that was mid-rangey or high. It was mainly just like this low chord. It's like these low chords. All right, I'm going to show you the bridge chords and how I voice them and how I play them. So my first chord is the root chord, it's the A chord, and that's how I voice them. I just bar my D string, G string, and B string on the 2nd fret, and I leave my A string open. And then I find some way to mute both of my E strings here. Like that. It's a big, nice power chord. My D chord is this. So I actually don't put my middle finger here. I leave it open, and I use my middle finger to mute this low E string so I can really dig into that. And then my F sharp minor 7 is this. So I use my middle finger, 2nd fret, and my ring finger on the D string, and my pinky on the G string. And I leave everything open there, and then you can play your E chord this way. And that's just a traditional E chord, E major. So, and then another technique that I want to share, if you don't know, during that bridge part, I'm going to build, but I'm going to plant my palm. It's called palm muting. So there's no sound that really comes through, except there's just a short sound that comes through. It sounds like this. That's just going to help you build that part, because we want that bridge to build before we go back into the chorus. So after the chorus, we're going to hit the boost snapshot, and that just boosts the volume a little bit. It boosts the drive a little bit, just so that you pop out of the mix. Thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial video. Feel free to look up the patch if you have a Helix and download it, and you'll be able to play it right with your church. And it's all sectioned out for you with the intro of verse 1, chorus, verse 2, the bridge, and the boost pedal. So feel free to check that out. Link in the description. And we'll see you in the next tutorial video.